Get Britain building again. That's the message from the Prime Minister and Chancellor. Get the economy going again, and we all get better off. Simple. But of course, it's never that simple. Take this hotel group. They build their own hotels and run them too. They want to expand, but everywhere they look, there are economic barriers. Higher prices, planning restrictions, not to mention the cost of labour after the budget pushed up national insurance.
It's a significant pressure to increase costs. However, as I said, we're taking a much longer-term view on this. There is a lot of people in the hospitality sector who are closing regularly because they just can't keep up with the increased costs.
It's all part of a bigger issue. For all the talk about growth, the economy is weak, very weak. And according to the Bank of England's latest forecast, weak growth and high inflation is the way of things this year.
On the question of activity in the economy, I mean, we have seen now a very weak profile, a flat profile of activity really since last spring. And that's caused us to have to revise down our view of this period.
It's pretty depressing, isn't it, the degree of growth? Everyone's been hoping for a bounce back, and now basically at best we're flatlining.
You look at Northern Europe, we're pretty much, it's a story that you can see elsewhere as well.
Nor does the bank forecast any immediate boost from the Chancellor's recent growth plan.
I hope that we'll start to see some effects on confidence, that businesses particularly having confidence. Yes, I think this really is going to happen. These measures are going to happen, but the measures themselves, they all take time.
The bank cut interest rates to 4.5% and signalled there are more cuts on the way, a relief for homeowners like Martin in Retford. He's due to refix his mortgage in July, meaning a big step up in payments.
I'm actually now more inclined to leave it several more months to see if there's any further changes in the marketplace. I appreciate that's a bit of a gamble, but even if it's £50 per month on the mortgage, that can make a big difference to us at the moment.
The problem is, it's not like the economic backdrop is getting any calmer. Consider Donald Trump and his tariffs. Will they hit the UK too?
I don't see tariffs as positive. Obviously, we've got to give the administration time to form its policies. I worry, as I've said a number of times, about anything that seriously fragments the world economy. That's bad for growth.
And fears like that are already causing reverberations, including in unexpected places.
Did you know that even now in 2025, the Bank of England has the second biggest store of gold bullion there in its vaults, literally underground? But they're having real trouble getting it out of these doors and around the world because there's so much demand for that gold, because people are so nervous about what's going on in the world. In other words, it's just another way that the Bank of England and the UK more generally find themselves in the centre of an economic storm.
But for some reason, the UK does seem to be worse hit than many other countries. Weak economic growth, high inflation. There's an economic term for that. Not growth, not building back better, it's stagflation. Ed Conway, Sky News.